Good morning. It's going to be my weekly analysis on GU. Going to be a little bit not different, but it's going to be a little bit messy, to be honest, because I've got to figure this out because it's a little bit confusing. So I want to have a proper deep dive into um, where price is heading, because it's I don't know, it's confusing me. So I've got to try and figure this out before I take another loss. But this is the trade that I took last week. I'll go through this quickly because the trade made sense to me, but I missed something and went wrong. So I'll talk about this quickly. So last week's analysis was bullish. I was looking for buys to come up into these areas up here, premium of the daily range. So I was looking for buys Monday. So this is the block that I was looking at from last week's analysis. I was waiting for price to come into here and then push up, but price just respected this 4-hour range from here to here and just pushed up and went without me and left me thinking, what's next? So I was a little bit confused after this, and then price pulled back and then just took off again. And then what happened was when this was happening, I was like, okay, this at the time I thought this is just coming to a little random little spot, this breaker block right here, and just hasn't tapped this, filled this imbalance. So I was looking at this thinking, okay, well we've left this inducement here, left this liquidity right here, left this liquidity right here. We've tapped into this blue line, which is a weekly imbalance. So I was thinking we've just tapped into here, came into this unmitigated block up here, so we could start to get the pullback to come and take out this liquidity, fill this imbalance, and then possibly start to look for those buys again. So I decided to it gave me no entries for the longs, so I decided to take the shorts to come and try and catch this. So went against the bias, but with the understanding that this is the weekly imbalance, this is an obstacle, we get the pullback, this is the liquidity, and then we go and do that. And then pushed into some nice profit, maybe like 1 point something GAR, and then took me out. So a bit frustrating, but it is what it is. And let's look at what I missed. So this blue line right here, I didn't spot this at the time, but it was this. Look, price pushed up on Monday, came back on Tuesday, mitigated this, filled this imbalance on the daily, and then just pushed up again. So if I'd have spotted that, then I probably wouldn't have taken these shorts. So yeah, bit of a mistake. I failed to miss this, but sometimes you can't always see everything. You just have to learn from where you went wrong, and that was it right there. Even then I don't know how I would have taken these longs, but yeah, that was the mistake. Weekly imbalance. So that's what I did last week. Got the bias right, was long it up into here, but now let's figure out where price is going. So let's get rid of this, let's get rid of all of that. So it's going to be a little bit messy because I'm a little bit confused at the moment of what price is trying to do. So I'm going to have to try and figure it out now, and yeah, try not to confuse myself. So let's get started. So we came into this block right here, taking out this liquidity, pushed down, we broke structure right here, I should probably point out, like, where are we going on the bigger time frame, because it's a bit confusing because we have all this imbalance down here. Let's put a blue line on that. This whole monthly block is untested with liquidity just below it. So actually, let's have a better look at this. So we have a low, pushed up, pulled back, pushed up, pulled back, pushed up, took the high, let's get rid of that, came down, broke structure. So now we have a range on the monthly time frame. Now we'll dig a little bit deeper into the lower time frames, but this I want to get an understanding of where we're going. So this is the low, this is the strong high, this is confirmation of the range. This was a run of liquidity. Yeah, so this is the range, this is the internal range liquidity on the monthly. So this is an unmitigated block. I won't mark the whole thing up, but this is an unmitigated block right there. So now the range makes sense. Let me just go through that again. Now the range makes sense. Strong high, strong low, sorry, run of liquidity, break of structure, strong low, push up, run of liquidity, break of structure. You could even say here, but this one, break of structure. So now we're targeting this, but we've just taken out liquidity. So we can look for that pullback. So this is current range. Where's my dot? You have to bear with me a little bit. It's going to be a little bit messy whilst I figure it out. This is the high. This is the low, current low. Let's have a look inside here. Sort these dots out. Drive me mad. Oh, can't get them. It's all falling apart. Right, anyway. Right there. Right there we go. Squeeze that one there. No, let's go to the weekly. Move that to there. So this is the current range. We're bearish targeting this, but we've just taken out liquidity. So now we could get a pullback. This is the monthly range from this high to this low. We'll have an imbalance right here. Fib lines up with the 50% of the fib. So just want to get this right, that's all. Oh, this was a daily block. This is a daily unmitigated block right here. It's daily unmitigated block, you see it right there. With imbalance, which we tapped into, and now we're getting the pullback. Now the question is this is the current daily range from this high. Let's do that in a different colour. From this high to this low. So, and this is just a unmitigated block right there. I don't know, to be honest. Because if we're bearish, targeting this down here, then this should hold this high. But we've just taken out liquidity here. So just taking up liquidity. This could get swept. This is the week. No, it's this. This is the weekly high. Let's just mark it out. This is the weekly high. Okay, this is a breaker structure. For God's sake, it's getting a bit messy now. This is a breaker structure. Breaker structure, retrace. Retrace, breaker structure once again. External. I'm still bearish, so but we've taken out this liquidity to the left, so now this looks like it could be a smart money trap. You know, a lot of people shorting from here. This could be a trap to take that into this unmitigated wick, respect this weekly, and start to get that drive down. That's the weekly range from this side, because that's a free candle formation right there. So that's the high, that's the low. If we're bearish overall, then we should, these weekly highs should hold. You know, just like this one held. You know, this range held, pushed up, came down. This one held from here to here. Price pushed up, came down. You know, this should hold, and then we drop if we're bearish overall. So yeah, I'm bearish, but we could long to come and take out this high up here. So let's have a little deeper dive on here. Actually, let's learn from the mistake. Let's have a look at last week. Yeah, imbalance right here. That's the wrong one. Imbalance right there. We could get a pullback into here. This is the current low from here to yeah, I'll take this whole candle. Let's see how price moves around there. So I'm going to be a little bit cautious on this. I wouldn't just take this direct as it comes down. I wouldn't just take it along from here directly. I would want to see some sort of confirmation, whether that's a sort of, you've got a tap in like this, then you have a bullish close. That looks a bit weird, but you have a bullish close, and then wait for price, the next candle to start and wick down, tap into this, feel this order flow here, tap into here, and then go, whether it's that kind of entry, and just take it as it taps back in and take that. Could do that. Could trade a bit lower time frame and just wait for, you know, price to maybe break structure here, create a little lower time frame range, and then take longs from there. I could do that, but you just have to see how it forms at the time. But this is going to be my POI daily. Yeah, because I know, like, I'm looking at this thinking straight away, I'm thinking, well, this is unmitigated. This is unmitigated right here. So we could just take this and then go. but you know, I made the mistake last week of waiting for when price is bullish and has its target. Normally these lows get strong lows get respected, and you know, you're left wondering, what about this imbalance right here? You know, why didn't it fill that? Well, that would get filled if I'm right, and we come up and tap this, then that would just get filled as on the way down. So it doesn't necessarily have to do it right now, but yeah, I'm just following this range to push up and come and take this out. So that is my idea on that. It's not, I'm not 100% confident in this, you know, but it's going to be a tricky week, I think. It's going to be a tricky week. Let's talk about gold quickly, because I am in a gold short. Now I know a lot of people are thinking, what are you doing in a gold short? But let me give my reasons. You know, we've got all-time highs here. Why are you shorting from there? Now, I want to try and justify this a little bit, because it makes sense in my mind. So let's look at this big bull run that we had here. So back from, you know, 22. So price was pushing up. I want to look at the strong lows and look, you know, when price was broken. Strong low to me is this 3 candle formation. So we had a low, we had a low. That you could say this was a low, but it's not really. It's internal liquidity inside of this range from here to here. So price came down, respected this strong low, pushed up again. You know, this is a strong low, this is a strong low, this is a strong low. All respected. This was respected. This was respected. This one was respected. This one respected, and then this one here was first strong low that got broken. Sorry. Since 2022, it's the first one that got broken. So I'm looking at this now thinking, okay, now we've had a break of structure on the weekly time frame. Been very patient. Now we've had a break of structure on the weekly time frame. We could come back into this block here, because now this is my strong high, this is my weak low, this is my range, this is my strong weekly break and close below. So this is my POI that price came back into. Now I was never going to take, I think this was like a 700 pip block, I was never going to take that, but you know, with a bit of patience, wait for price to come up here. On the daily, you can see that this is internal range liquidity into this in daily imbalance fill. So the idea is that, yeah, we have a strong high, a weak low, we come and take internal, and then we come and take external. So the entry wasn't the best. It's like 150, 160 pip stop, but the main thing is I have my stops above this high up here, because this is what I'm expecting not to break now, because we've had this weekly break. So for me, it makes sense, but I know what people are probably thinking, you know, it's all-time highs, it's going to get taken. Well, not all the time, you know. Sometimes this is the range cycle, you know, internal to external. Look, we had a strong high, we had a run of liquidity, price came down, broke structure, also broke this weekly, and then price ran liquidity here and then pushed up, and we broke structure right here. So now this is the range from this strong high to this weak low. This is internal. So you could have, like, if you were looking at this as a range, once we broke this right here, you were going, okay, now my target's internal. So you could have been you could have looked at this and gone, right, this is a strong low, weak high, I'd take longs from here. Probably not, but you could say, okay, now we've taken the high again, this all becomes liquidity, because this is a range from this low to this high. We take internal into this imbalance right here, and then push up. You target that, because overall your bias is to take internal range liquidity of this range. So you could have caught these longs, but now I'm expecting price to reject from here and push down, at least come down and fill this. It's got to, isn't it? No wick on the previous daily, so we should at least come and, you know, but if we get a push, come and take this, then I'll be like, okay, this is going to be a good trade now. Now I don't need to hold down to here, so that's why my target's up here, but you know, if this was a smaller range, I'd probably target this here, external. So anyway, that's enough from me. It's been a little bit messy just whilst I figure it out. May not be the best, but let's come back at the end of the week and see how it played out. But yeah, that's it from me. Hope you have a good weekend, and bye bye.